Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to all my vegans, veganettes, and not so vegans across the globe. It's your girl Abeje TheAtre, and welcome back to another episode of Cause It's Vegan. I gotta eat it. Question for you. How many of you guys get hungry really late at night and you just want to eat something so bad, but sometimes you may just go to bed hungry, or a lot of people might just go ahead and eat something like a full meal? It's okay. Raise your hand. I'm not judging you. Why? Because I've done it before. Well, tonight, actually it's daytime. How ironic. Today, I want to share with you guys a couple of my favorite things to eat really any time of the day, but especially if it's late at night and I'm like super hungry. So we all know that when it's late at night, you really shouldn't be eating anything, especially if you're going to be going to bed shortly after. But let's be honest, a lot of people, based on their circumstances, end up eating food, whether it's because you work late and after you get off, you're hungry, or you stay up late. And the later you stay up, the more opportunity there is for you to get hungry. And so should we just go to bed? Yes. But we have options. And I want to share some healthier options with a little bit of twang or whatever you want to call, to give you some kind of satisfaction. So I have prepared 3 of some of my favorite things to munch on late at night if I absolutely must have something to eat. I'm going to tell you the main 3 fruits we're working with, okay? Grapefruit, lemon, green apples. Let's go ahead and start first with the grapefruit snack. I want to say this specific snack I've never had with any other kind of grapefruit except ruby red. So I'm not sure about the traditional white grapefruit, but let me give you a look-see. So here on this plate, we've got a ruby red grapefruit. It is sliced into semi-thin and then a couple of thick, whatever, pieces. And do you know what it is topped with? And I've actually let it sit for a second, so it's probably marinating in there very nicely. Cinnamon! Yes! So one thing that I really love about this snack here is, first off, grapefruit is one of those citrus fruits that helps curb your appetite when you are feeling kind of hungry. And so you're already, even though you're still eating, you're helping to take away some of that craving that you have. But I love grapefruit. I love the bitterness that comes from them. Of course, when you're cutting, you can definitely cut off more of the white stuff. I think they call it the membrane, to take off some more of that bitterness. Personally speaking, I think having a little bit of it there is absolutely no problem. But you have the sour and twanginess coming from the grapefruit, and it even has its own little bit of natural sweetness. And then when you add on the cinnamon, you guys, it just makes this so good. Because the sweetness from the cinnamon is a great contrast to the sourness of the grapefruit itself. So, this is one of my favorites. I already love grapefruit, but that cinnamon, and the great thing about it is, cinnamon is good for you too, so. Moving to our next citrus thing. Lemon slices with pure cane sugar. Dun, 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 dun. This one is not for the faint of heart. If you can't handle sour stuff, this snack ain't for you. But if you're like me and love citrus fruits, love sour stuff, this is perfect. However, I will say we will be taming it down, obviously, because we have sugar. Is sugar the most healthy thing in the world? No. But you're not drenching your lemon in this sugar. You're just adding a little bit to it to cut away from some of that sourness. Just like with the grapefruit, the wonderful thing about lemon is that it does help to curb some of that appetite, especially after eating something so sour, right? Normally what I do is I'll take the lemon slices, pick up some sugar, and just sprinkle it on my lemon. However, if you need to tame it down even more, you can take your lemon and literally dip it into the sugar, So then it comes out, I don't know if you see that? It looks candied almost, except it's not candied. You can dip it in there, get it all covered like that, and so delicious. And honestly, when you do it that way, it kind of reminds you of like lemonade, but like edible lemonade rather than drinking lemonade. Or, like I said, if you're a person who really loves sourness, you can just sprinkle a little bit. So look at this one. You can see there's not nearly as much sugar on it. Just a little sprinkle, but it's way more sour. No problem. So delicious. Sometimes it feels like I didn't sprinkle any sugar. Let's move to our final snack, and that is our green apple snack. Now with this one, I will say you can use whatever apple you want. I just prefer to use Granny Smith apples because even though they are not a citrus fruit, they get closer to that end than any other apple. They have a little bit more of that sourness to them, but I don't think they're that sour. So here we have Granny Smith apples that have been sliced very thinly, topped with peanut butter, granola, and this granola has, of course, granola, but it also has small sliced or chopped almonds within it. Some people like to add raisins to this. No, just no. So this is probably the oldest snack I've ever had. I ate this even as a teenager because my mom introduced it to me and I was like, what? This is delicious. The thing I really like about this snack is that even though, you know, the apple, I mean, let's be honest, it's not really gonna curb your appetite. But when you add the peanut butter and you add the granola onto it, by the time you're done eating this, depending on who you are, you might need more than one apple, you're good. I absolutely love this. And then the thing about it, is you have the apple, which when they're sliced this thin, it's not even crunchy. It kind of just, as you chew it, it's a melting factor, even though you can feel the texture. The peanut butter, already smooth. And then you get the crunchiness from the granola and the almonds. Absolutely amazing. So you really feel like you're putting in a little bit of work. Plus, that peanut butter, you know, peanut butter is thick. So, now I gotta eat all of this right now. Hopefully I can. All right, you guys, so that is it. I hope you enjoyed these 3 little things I've introduced to you. If you've had them, please let me know which is your favorite. If you have your own little midnight snack that you like to put together, please tell me it in the comments because I will definitely go and try it, okay? I love trying new things. That's why I have this vegan food channel, right? Okay, so anyway, you all have an absolutely wonderful day. Remember to love your friends, your family, and your enemies. Love all of these snacks, from the cinnamon covered grapefruit to the sugar covered lemons and the peanut butter and granola almond covered apples. But most importantly, remember to love peaches and all the sneeches. Goodbye.